If you are a man past 60, this message is especially for you, so listen closely. The greatest danger facing older men today isn't bankruptcy. It isn't declining health. It isn't even living alone. The real danger is allowing the wrong woman into your life and slowly losing your peace without realizing it. What you're about to hear may challenge common beliefs. Some may find it uncomfortable. But if it helps you avoid years of stress, regret, and emotional strain, then it's worth hearing. Stay with me until the end, because once these realities become clear, you'll never see relationships the same way again. Let's speak honestly. After 60, life is no longer about chasing excitement, proving your masculinity, or filling emptiness at any cost. At this stage, your most valuable possessions are not material. They are your peace of mind, your health, your time, and the resources you spent decades earning. Yet many older men hand all of this away the moment they step into a romantic relationship, convinced that companionship automatically equals happiness. For a few men, that may be true, but for many others, it quietly becomes the start of a struggle they never expected. Reason 1. Emotional weight becomes uneven. This truth is uncomfortable, but it matters. Younger men often have the energy to navigate emotional demands, long conversations, reassurance, constant engagement, conflict resolution. Older men, after a lifetime of responsibility, usually don't want that anymore. After decades of working, providing, raising families, and enduring pressure, most senior men crave calm, not emotional management. But many modern relationships require constant emotional output. What starts as companionship gradually turns into responsibility. You begin regulating moods, solving issues you didn't create, and carefully choosing words just to keep things peaceful. That isn't intimacy. That's exhaustion wearing the mask of love. At first, the attention feels good. You feel seen. Conversations feel stimulating. But slowly, expectations increase. Silence becomes a problem. Independence gets labeled as emotional distance. The tranquility you worked your whole life to earn suddenly needs defending. And that steady emotional pull drains energy that should be reserved for your health, your purpose, and your enjoyment of life. Reason 2. Financial exposure increases. This isn't about being stingy, it's about reality. After 60, income is often fixed. Savings are meant to protect your health, your independence, and your freedom, not to sustain a romantic lifestyle. A relationship brings quiet financial pressure. Meals out, trips, gifts, shared expenses, unexpected needs. Even when no one asks outright, expectations still exist. Many older men feel the need to provide, to impress, or to maintain a standard of living that slowly eats away at their security. The danger isn't one big expense, it's the accumulation. Retirement funds shrink, emergency reserves fade. And if the relationship ends, the financial impact remains. Unlike earlier decades, there's little time to recover. At this age, financial peace equals mental peace. Reason 3. Freedom slowly disappears. This is the loss most men underestimate. Before a relationship, your time belongs to you. Your mornings are quiet. Your routines are stable. Your hobbies, meals, sleep, and solitude need no explanation. When a girlfriend enters your life, that freedom gradually erodes. Schedules shift. Personal rituals get interrupted. Even alone time becomes something you must justify. Many men mistake this for normal companionship. But after 60, freedom isn't a luxury, it's essential. Your body needs rhythm. Your mind needs quiet. Your nervous system needs predictability. When those are disrupted, what once felt like connection can begin to feel like confinement. Reason 4. Modern dating is not built for older men. Today's relationship culture demands constant availability, continuous texting, immediate replies, emotional transparency at all times. For many senior men, this feels unnatural and draining.
You grew up when space was normal, silence wasn't rejection, independence was respected. Modern expectations often clash with that foundation. This creates tension. You may be told you're emotionally distant when you're simply being yourself. You may feel pressured to abandon habits that kept you grounded and healthy. Over time, this pressure breeds resentment, not toward the woman, but toward the relationship itself. And resentment quietly destroys peace. Reason 5. Loneliness is often misunderstood. Many men believe a relationship will cure loneliness, but after 60, loneliness rarely comes from lack of romance. It comes from lack of purpose, routine, and meaningful engagement. A relationship can't replace direction. It can't create fulfillment. And when it becomes your main emotional anchor, loneliness often intensifies rather than disappear. True fulfillment at this stage comes from self-respect, autonomy, health, and meaningful activity, not emotional dependence. This isn't an attack on women. It isn't an argument against love. It's about recognizing that after 60, the balance changes. What once brought excitement often brings obligation. What once felt comforting now introduces tension. Wisdom is knowing when something no longer serves your well-being. Many older men stay in relationships not because they are happy, but because they fear being alone. But chosen solitude is not loneliness. It is peace. It is control. It is freedom. The psychological traps few talk about. By the time a man reaches 60, he has lived multiple lives: provider, protector, worker, caretaker. He has carried responsibility quietly for decades. He is no longer seeking stimulation, he is seeking relief. One major trap is confusing attention with respect. Attention is exciting but unstable. Respect is calm and reliable. Many men accept emotional turbulence simply because it feels better than silence. But peaceful silence is far healthier than emotional chaos disguised as affection. Emotional stress at this age has real consequences: higher blood pressure, poor sleep, anxiety, digestive issues, heart strain. Peace isn't optional anymore, it's medical. Another trap is role confusion. Older men often shift from partner to emotional anchor, problem solver, and financial stabilizer. Over time, the imbalance grows. After 60, carrying someone else emotionally isn't strength, it's self-neglect. Society praises sacrifice in men, but wisdom at this stage is knowing when to stop carrying burdens that are no longer yours. What actually brings fulfillment after 60? Not romance, but structure without pressure, connection without obligation, purpose without emotional chaos. Friendships built on mutual respect, activities that keep the body and mind active, simple routines, quiet mornings, predictable days. When you no longer need validation, attention loses power. When you are content alone, manipulation has no grip. When your happiness isn't tied to someone else's mood, you become unshakable. This isn't isolation, this is self-mastery. The most fulfilled older men aren't chasing romance, they are protecting their energy. They choose calm over chaos, peace over performance. Life's later chapters aren't about proving anything, they're about enjoying what remains. So before allowing anyone into your life, ask yourself one question: does this bring peace or pressure? If it brings pressure, walk away, not in anger, but in wisdom. Because after 60, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with your own peace. If this message resonated with you, stay with this channel. These truths aren't popular, but they are necessary.